Alright, today we're going to continue with our rare cluster only beginner decks, focusing on mono colors. Today we're going to do Faerur. Faerur will focus on an elf tribal with a few different win conditions and featuring tier and with Faerur's command. Basically the premise of the deck is to create multiple elves tokens to use his activate ability, which is rest 2 recovered elf resonators you control, recover target magic stone. Play this ability once per turn. So you can focus on creating lots of elf tokens and then to use them in different manners by tapping them down. His J-Ruler side, he costs 3 to judgment. This card enters the field with 4 Gale protection counters. When this card enters the field, search your deck for an elf resonator with total cost 4 or less and put it into the field, then shuffle your deck. Remove a Gale protection counter from this card. Target elf gains barrier until end of turn. So this is really important. Target elf. Nothing. It doesn't say resonator, it doesn't say J/resonator, so yes, it can target himself, and that's kind of the premise here. And then you can remove a Gale protection counter from this card. Target elf gains 300/300 until end of turn. So he can become a win condition of himself with limited resources. So remembering his activate ability is to tap down 2 elves resonators to create will. We basically have Spirit Call Elf. When this card enters the field, put a 100/100 wind elf resonator token into the field. So you could, on turn 1, you could call a stone and then play Spirit Call Elf and then activate his ability to put down another Spirit Elf. This will build up into a Faerur's command. Recover all resonators you control. Resonators you control gain +1000/+1000 and pierce until end of turn. So it costs 7 will. And it's pretty hard to cast, but once you start to focus on your ramp and your elves, it can happen very quickly and you can have a huge lethal range as long as you control the board early. Another way to spend your will is Great Tornado. You can also, as you play this card, you may rest up to 6 resonators you control. You may pay 1 void less to play this card for each resonator rested this way. Destroy 2 target non-magic stone entities. So this is important as it offers green or wind removal, and it fits in the theme of having multiple resonators on the board. Another way that we can spend our elf tokens by tapping them down is with Guardian of the Portal. This card has a 2 cost 600/600, rest another recover resonator you control. This card gains +100/+100 until end of turn. So if you float 2 elf tokens and then your opponent does nothing, you can wait before your recovery on the next turn and buff this guy with them. It's just another good pseudo mana sink for you to use with your elf tokens. So we have Absolute Awareness to start generating us magic stones as well. This is just as important as having elves on the board. This offers us to be able to play some of these like really high cost cards. This is a ramp deck in the end. To help us ramp, we have Elf in the Trees. This guy's a 3 cost card. He has no attack and his only purpose is to create wind will at the beginning of your main phase. So after your recovery, this guy will give you 1 wind will to spend. And it's an elf, so then you could tap him down to produce, or tap him down and then tap another elf down to untap a stone. Pretty good. We have Commander of the Crowd as well. When this card enters the field, put 2 100/100 wind elf tokens into the field. Whenever this card attacks other elves you control, gain +100/+100 until end of turn. This guy offers 3 bodies for the cost of 3 will, which is pretty efficient when you're trying to tap multiple things of your own down. It offers you to really hit hard with Faerur's command as well. Portal in the Woods is an interesting card. When this card enters the field, put 5 guidance counters on it. At the end of your turn, remove a guidance counter from this card. If you do, put a 100/100 wind elf resonator token into the field. Statistically, this is a kind of a bad card. You're getting 500/500 for the cost of 2, spaced out over multiple turns, but it actually fits the theme really good. Just because your opponent is going to spend resources every turn to really like nullify your elf production, and this will just help you sustain. So it's not played at high quantities. I don't think you should ever play editions of this nature at high quantities, but it does really fit, so we'll play it at 2. Now, with a lot of elf token generation, you need to find a way to trade up. Essentially, Winds of Vitality will allow you to do this, so it will cost 1 elf token plus a card to remove something of your opponent's, essentially. Target J/Resonator gains 600/600 till end of turn. For 1, that's okay. It just allows your elves to actually do some damage while you maintain your board and build up presence. Along with the control of the deck, we have Faerur's spell, quick cast, cancel target spell with quick cast for only 1. Kind of goes with it. A lot of the chants in this meta aren't threatening with quick cast in rare cluster. This card still belongs there. As an alternative win condition, we also run Tear. This card enters the field, search your deck for a card named Tear's White Falcon, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This card enters the field, target Resonator gains when damage is dealt to this card, destroy it until end of turn. And then we have our massive will sink of 6 and tap this card. This card deals 1000 damage to target player. This card is really here for when you judgment, you fetch her out, and then you get her White Falcon, and then you can start sinking all of your will into her activate ability. I think it's really strong, and it offers Wind like a way to go over the opponent's defenses. As well, like another way to go over the defenses is Faerur's Command, but you can't just rely simply on that card, and I think this offers some reprieve. Tear's White Falcon, we only run this card as a one-of, just to offer Tear some card advantage. Flying, as long as you control Tear, this card gains swiftness. Whenever this card attacks, it deals 200 damage to target player or resonator. It's not really strong, it's not crash hot, but it's really okay paired with Tear. Following the idea of control, we run Vanish, which is quick cast, cancel target spell for 3. This deck is really prone to some board wipes that are in the cluster, and we really need to leash that. Often these board clears aren't quick cast as well, so Faerur's spell doesn't do anything, in which case we really need to play Vanish. We run this at high copies because we need to see it. It's also an additional tool to keep the opponent from playing on curve resonators. I think it's really just quite strong, particularly because we're generally floating. Now when we're floating, we need another way to sink what we float in at the end of the opponent's turn. This is where Trapmaster comes into play. Quick cast, if resonators your opponent controls attacked a total of 3 times or more this turn, you may pay 4 less to play this card, so basically it's free. When this card enters the field, it deals 800 damage to target attacking resonator. So if your opponent attacks for the 3rd time, you can flash this guy in essentially, and when his card enters the field, deal 800 damage to target attacking resonator. It offers some additional removal, and it kind of punishes the opponent for attacking in certain methods or a certain order. It's also really good against other people who just want to play quite wide. As per usual, we have possible upgrades from Lapis Cluster. First of all, the deck really wants to play Sacred Elf. When you rest it, you produce Green Will. And then you can play the Melfi, Child of Refath. Whenever an elf enters your field, put a 1/1 counter on this card. It's really good because we're producing so many elf tokens that this guy can get really big. Then we can play Sorceress of Heavenly Wind, Melfi. When this card enters your field, prevent all damage that would be dealt by target J/Resonator this turn. If you play 2 or more cards, you can rest it, produce any color will. Now, that will all help with your ramp or your big threat. You can also play Tama and Bird. Tama and Bird will really play into Faerur's Command. You can play Faerur's Command. You can really build into that archetype by running both of these guys. They both offer a draw which the deck really needs. Windclad Elf will also play for Faerur's command, as will Little Red Fairy Tale of Air. Little Red Fairy Tale of Air is an incredible card, and it gains swiftness if you have a non-special wind magic stone, and then it gains +1/+1 for each wind magic stone you control. Really strong card, considering that we're playing all wind magic stones and mostly basic. Kriya, Musician of Wind, is actually a pretty underrated card and would suit this deck pretty well. When this card enters your field, search your deck for an Elf Resonator with total cost 1, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you played 2 or more cards this turn, put that Resonator into your field instead. That's really easy to achieve, playing 2 cards per turn with this deck, particularly when you're going command. Rest recovered Elf Resonator you control, target Elf J/Resonator gains +1/+1 until end of turn. This used to be paired just with Sacred Elf, but now we can actually pair it with Spirit Caller Elf as well, offering you multiple ways, or like you get 3 bodies again just for 3 will. Additionally, we have Severing Winds, which is a natural pick for wind base, natural pick for wind generally. Yeah, ramp. Your opponent played 2 or more cards this turn, you may play this card for free. Cancel target spell, needs no more explanation. We have Soul Debt as well, put target Resonator that was put into field this turn on the bottom of your owner's deck. It's a counter summon. Really important for wind to keep the board clear. And then we have Rapid Growth. Rapid Growth is simply a replacement for Winds of Vitality. Rapid Growth is generally better because it offers you some sort of secondary resource by playing it from the graveyard as Remnant. You may play this card from your graveyard. If you do, remove it from the game instead of putting it anywhere else anytime it would leave the chase. So first time Remnant is first time you play Rapid Growth is from your hand, and then when you play Remnant again, it goes from the graveyard into the remove from game pile. Target J/Resonator gains +4/+4 until end of turn. It's less powerful, yes, by 200. And that kind of matters, but the very fact that it can be played twice is what's important, particularly because we're playing such heavy ramp already. This shouldn't be too much of an issue for you. So thanks for watching. If you head over to our Facebook, we are posting a lot of exclusive content on there, including some new deck lists and some meta-analysis stuff. So hit that like button and subscribe. So thanks for watching. Cheers. Alright, hello. Today we're going to try Faerur and we're going to play it against Pelshine. So let's roll for turn, shall we?
Hey.
12, I'm going first.
I'm going to start with a wind gem.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. No, these are great.
I'm going to throw 5 back.
I'm going to throw back 2.
Yep. Alright, ready? Call a stone. This guy, elf token. Pass.
Call stone. It's really good. I want to pass.
Yep, okay. I'll drop a turn. Yeah, that's fine. I'll recover all. Call a stone.
But you're not in there, Thunderman. There's a marker here on the roll for some reason.
Yeah, I accidentally put that one there. I'm going to Absolute Awareness.
Oh.
Let's see if I can get one. Yep. Pass.
Draw? Before recovery? Haha, that rhymes.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not used to saying that. Before recovery, we just got recovery. Cool. No, I didn't. 3? Yep.
Yeah.
Cobblestone. Hey. Want to play the White Cat?
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead and dual bullet this guy.
Activate. Winds of Vitality.
Oh. Wow. Sure.
Pass.
I'll drop a turn. Cover all. Cobblestone. Elf in the trees.
Wow, okay.
Sorry, I'm using that stone instead. And I shall pass.
Three? Haha.
Yeah.
Put a legend. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I moved it just to put it in the field. I wanted to look at it.
Stone.
Yeah.
Gem Master Garnet.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Draw a card. I am going to pass.
Alright, I'll draw for turn. Before recovery, I'll pump the Spirit Call Elf. And I'll recover all. Call a stone. Alright, so we got 5, 6, 7. And I'll use the float from the elf
Sure.
to bring in this guy.
Yep.
So I get 2 elf tokens.
Cool. Alright, well, next time you have 8 mana.
Yeah. And I'll pass.
I'll recover. I'll call a stone. Move these back a bit because it's getting kind of tight. Blade Emerald.
Yep, sure.
Recover stones.
Huh. I'll pass.
Sure hope you don't have 2 reduction in hand. I'll draw for turn. Before recovery, pump the Spirit Caller Elf. Pump the Spirit Caller Elf again. And I'll recover now. Do I Judgment? Judgment's bad, right? Cold
Oh,
stone.
yeah. Oh, my hand is. Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Keep. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll activate 7
Sure.
for Faerur's command.
Sure.
So I'll swing. That guy had double pump, so that one is 13. Yeah, 13. 13. Yeah, that's fine. 11, 11.
Jeez. Okay, so you got 4 more attacks?
Yeah.
I think I still lose. I don't even know.
Now I'll do 1,000.
Might as well block.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
So get a gem
and then I should have swung with this guy first. Lol. Oh wow.
Lol.
So 17, 17. I'm so bad at this game.
I love if I win by just
Just because of that. 17, 17. Come on now.
Reduction.
That's fine. And I'll swing 12.
I will take 4.
Yep. Oh no. And I'll swing for 12 again.
I'm not sure if I should take this or if I should use this to swing back at you.
Yep.
So I'll take 3.
Yeah, that's
Is that
fine.
cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And then I'll jam down a spirit caller.
Well, better. You wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have had lethal anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, because there's only 300 basically that I missed. Derp. And I'll pass down to you.
Recover. Call a stone. Time for me to hit my swarm. Shin.
Yep, I'll allow it.
Where's my second Shin? Shin, trigger.
Yep, I'll allow it.
Shin, trigger.
Yep, seems good.
That's
Where's the last copy of Emerald?
In hand. If it's in hand, you can't play it.
Here it is. Aha! Emerald!
Yep,
Recover.
yep. Didn't Orphica? If it's Orphica, I lose. Oh no. Please don't
No,
play
no. You're lucky.
Orphica. Yep,
And then I'm going to play Gem Trader.
right.
Pass!
Yep. Okay, I'll drop a turn. Yeah, we'll recover all. Now I think I judgment into Tia.
Yep, probably.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Judgment. So I fetch my Tia.
Yeah, so you also get 4 Gale Chems, what is they called? Hey!
Trigger, I fail to find.
sure.
Ah, man.
You're supposed to shuffle it after you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Yep.
mistake. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 essential mana to work with, and I need to burn you twice. So her second enter effect, I'll target your first Shin to when it's dealt damage, it dies.
I allow it.
Tears White Falcon. And I'll swing, attack, flying, and I'll go for face, and I'll target. Yeah, 200 on the Shin. Okay, now I just hit you hard. Well, I hit you wide. I'll attack with 7/7.
Block with this, because otherwise you just buff it.
Yeah, I'll buff it using my ruler. And then I'll bump it by 100. So it survives.
Yep.
And now I'll swing 2.
I'll block with this.
That's fine. Now you
Good.
swing with 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. It survives. I die. No, I'll pump it by 1, so we trade. That way that we have 1, 2, 3. You'll play, how many cards do you have in hand? Just 2. I only need to hit you for 2 right now, and that's probably with the elf Tyr's White Falcon next turn. I just need to keep my Tyr alive, so I'll just pass.
Cover.
Yep.
I think he's even do on his other side.
Gain a couple light gems, and that's about it. And then he can use 1 per turn. It's a bit fair.
You can get water gems and then give him stuff flying.
Yeah.
Kind of relevant.
Well, and Tyr's just going to tap to kill you next turn. And then whenever the Falcon attacks, it'll just deal the remainder.
Yeah. What do you think I want to do here? I think I'll lose. I don't think there's any way I can win. Without any draw power, I should have gone for the 3-drop that draws a card. Then I could have flickered it.
Don't you need Orphica to...
Yeah, I just drew it.
Oh, you just drew it, wow. I mean...
Doesn't matter. Just have to wait to end the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I've only got a dual sword.
Right. Okay, so I'll play it out for those watching.
Alright, yeah.
So you would probably do nothing. Well, I mean, you could swing into my stuff.
Flip.
Yeah.
And then I'll gain 2 water gems because...
Yep, gains flying that way.
Yep. And then our best bet will be to attempt to swing into this thing.
I guess I block with an elf token. Yeah.
Yep. Allow it. I'm going to attempt to swing into it again.
Block with another elf token.
And then I'll attempt to swing into it again.
I'll block with another elf token.
Alright, so now my best bet now, considering even if I have no mana,
Yeah.
is to play Orphica and target Shinshin.
Oh. Okay, sure.
And then declare end step.
Yeah.
Shinshin comes back. And then I'm going to remove the wind gem and a light gem.
Banish 2 light gems.
Oh, is it too light? Ah!
Get wrecked.
No, never mind.
Get wrecked.
I thought it was 2 gems.
Nope.
Never mind. Yep, all good.
So I would draw for turn. I would recover all. I would declare attack. Whenever this card attacks, I'll deal 200 damage to your face. And then I'll tap Tyr and I'll pay 6 to deal 1,000 to your face, and that's exact lethal.
So you only get it. Tap 5.
It's 6 cost, isn't it?
5 because you got floating in this guy.
Oh, that's right. Yep, tap 5. And that's exact lethal.
GG.
Thank you very much.
Fuck.
I like exact lethals. It's good. Feels good, man. Alright, well, you can check out the deck list. Make sure that you like this video, and you can head over to our Facebook page for new updates and new content. Thanks for watching.